Life, business, leadership, culture, everything has changed. And then also we're faced with this challenge is that how do we adapt to this new environment and how do we optimize our employee output, productivity? How do we optimize our employee engagement? How do we inspire our team to thrive and deliver on our brand promise in the way that we aspire as either business owners, entrepreneurs, or simply managers or leaders? Consider this. Several years ago, decades ago, the modern consumer determined that business had to shift. We all got into and understood the value of personalization and customization. But here's the thing, we haven't actually implemented that mindset, that philosophy into company culture as leaders. We still thrive and rely on this notion that here's our culture and we hire people to fit within our culture. And what then happens is it becomes a one-size-fits-all, and we have all these indexes, KPI scores, and employee evaluation platforms, and it gives us these statistics to go on. But here's the thing, those statistics give a across-the-board, again, generic one-size-fits-all evaluation. Your team, I'm hoping and assuming you have a diverse workforce that don't all feel, think, react, interact, and behave in the same way. Yet you want to optimize each one of those individuals to collectively come together and deliver on your brand promise, your brand product, your brand message. So what do you have to do? Think back, for those of you who remember Dennis Rodman, basketball. Every team he played for, he was a rebel. He didn't fit in and he went from team to team because simply nobody knew how to manage Dennis Rodman. Why? Because they all tried to get Dennis Rodman to fit into a one-size-fits-all culture, a one-size-fits-all philosophy, and it didn't work. Hello, Phil Jackson, the Zen master. What did he do? First of all, he revolutionized the way people coach. He understood man management. This taps into emotional intelligence. Do you understand, or do you take the time to truly get to know and understand your team players? What inspires them? What motivates them? Why do they come to work? What are their personal issues, their personal likes, desires, expectations? And start personalizing, customizing your employee experience the same way you do with your customers. What Phil Jackson did is he allowed Dennis Rodman to be Dennis Rodman. And by allowing Dennis Rodman to be exactly that, Dennis Rodman became one of the best defenders, rebounders in NBA history because Phil Jackson leveraged emotional intelligence and understood this is what I need to do. I need to personalize the environment, personalize the strategy so that I get the best out of Dennis Rodman. It's all about understanding your team players and having a strong connection, rapport with them. And in fact, this is something that I talk about in my online communication course, which might, by the way, bring you great value. It's called Purpose-Driven Communication. And a big component of that course is how do you connect with your team players, your team members, and within your culture, and really understand how do I get the best out of people through the way that I communicate, through the way that I interact with them. It's all about developing profitable relationships. Purpose-driven communication, but getting back to the personalization. Make the time to evaluate your team, the psychology behind your team, not just employee 1 through 7 and this is what they need to do. No, take them as individuals and get to know and understand who they are and personalize your leadership strategy for each and every single one of your team members. You will optimize their output, increase productivity, and of course, as a result, who's going to benefit from that? Not only you, but your customer will too. Thanks for your time. Thank you for listening. I hope that this brought you some value and that you will be able to implement some of these action steps into your culture and make it a win-win situation for yourself and your customer. I would love to be of more value. I have a lot of free resources on my website. If there is something that I can bring value to you, whether it's an online training course, whether it's a webinar, whether it's some of my books or my blogs, please feel welcome to log onto the website and see what tools that I have there that can bring value to you and your organization. You can either go to vitalgermain.com, which is my personal website, or go to my company business website, engageteams360.com. Thank you.